All right, so the 2023 real estate market was supposed to be different, or at least that's what economists and real estate experts all across the country were leading us to believe. However, if the past couple months are any indication of what may be to come for the rest of the year, the 2023 real estate market may look very similar to what we have all experienced over the past 3 years. Even with higher interest rates, continued record low inventory, and even stricter lending practices, the housing market, at least locally, is continuing to throw away the record books and rewrite another chapter in what now seems to be the modern day real estate market. Sure, did things slow down for a while? Yes. Especially after interest rates jumped significantly at the end of 2022. And yes, while some buyers have chosen to simply stop their search and attempt to wait out the market, there is still a very large minority, if not now the majority of buyers, who are continuing their search for a new home. And while every real estate situation is different and certain localities are certainly seeing a downturn, locally, assuming a home is in good condition and is in a good location and is priced right, we are still seeing homes not only selling super fast, but also selling above the asking price and receiving multiple offers. In fact, in the past month alone, I have witnessed some homes receiving more than 25 offers. 25 offers in a market where most experts agreed we are heading for a downturn. Now, quick note here, not all homes are receiving 25 offers, but as a buyer, it's important to know what your competition is. And so in this lies the question every motivated buyer has on their mind. How do I win my dream home in such a competitive market? And it's a great question. So today, I want to discuss the top 6 ways you can help make your offer stand out in a competitive real estate market outside of spending an excessive amount of money. Number 1, inspections. Yes, I know this instantly makes some of you watching this video uncomfortable just even hearing the words inspections, and that's okay, I understand. Now, in today's real estate market, it's important to know realistically you have 3 options when it comes to your inspection contingency. Option number 1 is the old school way that most of us know and remember. This is where you, as the buyer, choose to use your full inspection contingency rights and not only get to have your inspections, but you also get the full right to negotiate on your inspection results. As you can imagine, this option is most advantageous to you as the buyer, but can be viewed as least advantageous to the seller, especially in a multiple offer situation. Option number 2, cap your inspections or simply remove your inspection negotiation rights. Now, in this instance, if you are capping your inspections, you are simply telling the seller that you, as the buyer, are only making requests above or below a certain financial amount. If you go the second route, which would be removing your negotiation rights altogether, you are telling the seller that you are strictly getting inspections for your knowledge only, essentially letting the seller know that you are either all in or all out on the deal. And then finally, option number 3. This one's pretty clear. You remove your inspection contingency altogether and forego the right to use your inspections as a way out of your contract. All right, number 2, earnest money. With earnest money, you essentially have 2 options here as well. Option 1, increase your earnest money. And as a common rule of thumb, at least locally, earnest money is roughly 1% of the sales price. But if you wanted to exercise this option, you would raise that amount to have a little bit more skin in the game. Option 2 with your earnest money is you could make your earnest money non-refundable. In this case, I would suggest you are pretty certain that you love the home and can stay compliant with the agreed upon contract. All right, number 3, the escalation clause. Now, depending on the listing agent, this is either a great clause or one they simply do not like or may not even choose to accept, and each real estate situation is different. With an escalation clause, it's simple. With this clause, you as the buyer are telling the seller that you are willing to increase your purchase offer X amount over any competing offer up to a net offer final price. Number 4, appraisal. With appraisal, much like inspections, you as the buyer really have 3 options available to you. Option number 1, fully keep your appraisal contingency in the contract. So in this particular case, if the home doesn't appraise, you get the opportunity to renegotiate a new sales price with the seller, and if both parties cannot come to an agreement, the deal falls apart. Option number 2, use an appraisal gap rider. This particular tactic has gained a lot of steam over the past couple years, and with this clause, you are telling the seller that if the home does not appraise for the agreed upon sales price, you as the buyer are willing to pay X amount over the appraised value. Just an important note here, do not forget that the X amount you agree to pay over the appraised apart value comes out of your pocket at closing. And option number 3, you can simply waive your appraisal contingency altogether, and if the home doesn't appraise for the sales price, you as the buyer are on the hook for the difference between the appraised value and the agreed upon sales price. All right, number 5, financing. In most real estate contracts, there is a portion of the contract where it asks if the real estate purchase is either contingent upon financing or if it is non-contingent upon financing. Now, assuming you are in the position to go this route, you could choose to remove your finance contingency in the contract, essentially making yourself look like a cash offer. This is a powerful move in a multiple offer situation, but there are certainly a lot of factors if and when considering to go this route. And last but not least, number 6. With number 6, I'm actually going to combine 2 options that are a little bit different. Option number 1, honestly, act fast. Most homes are continuing to move rapidly fast. Blink and they may be gone. And option 2, make sure your offer stands out one way or another. Otherwise, more often than not, your offer will get overlooked and your dream home may slip through your fingers. I'll catch you guys next time.